Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want you to take a moment and think about the relationships, the situations, and the circumstances in your life that no longer serve you. Think about the times you've stayed when you knew deep down that it was time to leave. We've all been there, holding on to something that's draining us because we fear what lies beyond that decision to walk away. But let me tell you something powerful. Respecting yourself is the first step to claiming the life you deserve. Respecting yourself means setting boundaries. It means recognizing when a situation, a relationship, or even a job is taking more from you than it gives. It means knowing your worth. And when you know your worth, you will not settle for less than you deserve. Think about this. Every time you stay in a situation that diminishes you, you're sending a message to yourself that you're not worthy of something better. But that is a lie. You are worthy of so much more. You are worthy of peace, of joy, of relationships that uplift you, of work that fulfills you. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign that you respect yourself enough to step away from what's wrong and open yourself up to what is right. Walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means you learned. It means you've decided to put yourself first. Now, this isn't easy. Change is hard, and fear can be paralyzing. But ask yourself, what's the cost of gain? What's the price you're paying in terms of your energy, your happiness, your health, your dreams? Staying in the wrong place will never lead you to the right one. When you respect yourself, you start making choices that align with your values and your dreams. You stop tolerating things that bring you down. You start walking toward the life that makes you feel alive, the life that you were meant to live. Remember this, you have the power to shape your destiny. But that power starts with respect for yourself. And sometimes the most respectful thing you can do for yourself is to walk away. So I ask you today, where in your life do you need to draw the line? Where do you need to say, enough is enough? Where do you need to respect yourself enough to walk away? Because when you do, you'll not only reclaim your power, you'll reclaim your life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rise. It's time to respect yourself and walk away from anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Your future self will thank you. Now, go out there and live the life you deserve. Self-respect is the cornerstone of living a fulfilling and meaningful life. It is the foundation upon which we build our decisions, actions, and relationships. When we talk about the concept of self-respect in the context of respect yourself and walk away, we delve into a profound understanding of valuing oneself, recognizing one's worth, and making choices that reflect that understanding. To respect yourself means to honor your own needs, desires, and boundaries. It involves acknowledging that you are worthy of love, kindness, and fairness, not only from others, but also from yourself. Self-respect requires you to prioritize your well-being and to recognize when situations, relationships, or environments are not serving your best interests. It's about listening to that inner voice that tells you when something feels wrong and having the courage to act upon it. Walking away is often perceived as a difficult and sometimes painful decision, but it can be the most powerful demonstration of self-respect. It is a clear statement that you will not allow yourself to be treated in a way that undermines your dignity, peace, and happiness. This action is not about weakness. It is about strength. It takes immense courage to walk away from the familiar, even when it is harmful, because the unknown can be frightening. The importance of self-respect and the decision to walk away lies in the fact that staying in an unhealthy situation can erode your sense of self-worth. Whether it's a toxic relationship, a job that drains your energy, or a friendship that consistently disappoints you, remaining in these situations sends a message to yourself that your well-being is not a priority. Over time, this can lead to a diminished sense of self, making it harder to recognize your value and to make choices that reflect your true worth. Self-respect also involves setting and enforcing boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical health. They define what is acceptable and unacceptable in your interactions with others. When you respect yourself, you establish boundaries that protect your peace and ensure that you are not exploited or taken for granted. Walking away is sometimes necessary when those boundaries are consistently violated. Furthermore, self-respect is about self-love and self-compassion. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. When you respect yourself, you forgive yourself for past mistakes and learn from them. You recognize that you are a work in progress and that it's okay to walk away from things that hinder your growth. Walking away, in the context of self-respect, is not about giving up or failing. It is about choosing yourself over a situation that no longer serves you. It's about acknowledging that you deserve better and having the bravery to pursue what aligns with your values and aspirations. It's a declaration of independence from circumstances that limit your potential and a step toward a life where your self-worth is affirmed. Boundaries are essential elements of healthy relationships and personal well-being. They serve as invisible lines that define what we are willing to accept in our interactions with others and how we want to be treated. In the context of the title, Respect Yourself and Walk Away, boundaries are crucial because they help us recognize when essential to step away from situations or relationships that compromise our self-respect. To set boundaries is to establish limits that protect our emotional, mental, and physical health. Boundaries are not about keeping others out, but about preserving our space, values, and integrity. They allow us to communicate what is acceptable and what is not, and they help prevent others from overstepping and causing harm. When we respect ourselves, we create and maintain boundaries that reflect our self-worth and ensure that we are treated with the respect we deserve. In relationships, whether personal or professional, boundaries serve as a framework for mutual respect and understanding. They enable us to express our needs and expectations clearly. For example, in a friendship, a boundary might involve not tolerating disrespectful language or behavior. In a workplace, it can mean setting limits on work hours to maintain a healthy work-life balance. By establishing these limits, we send a clear message about how we expect to be treated and what we are unwilling to compromise. Walking away becomes necessary when our boundaries are consistently violated or ignored. This act is a powerful form of self-respect because it demonstrates that we are unwilling to accept treatment that undermines our dignity or well-being. It shows that we value ourselves enough to leave behind situations that are detrimental to our health, happiness, and growth. Boundaries are also about self-awareness. They require us to understand our values, needs, and limits. When we know what is important to us, we can set boundaries that align with our personal principles. This self-awareness helps us navigate relationships and situations with confidence, knowing that we have the right to protect our well-being. Without clear boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed, resentful, or exploited. Establishing boundaries can be challenging, especially in environments or cultures where boundary setting is not encouraged or understood. It may involve difficult conversations and the risk of conflict. However, the effort to set and maintain boundaries is a crucial investment in our self-respect and overall health. It teaches others how to treat us and ensures that we are not compromising our standards to please others or avoid discomfort. Walking away when necessary is a form of boundary enforcement. It is the ultimate expression of our commitment to our boundaries. If someone continues to disrespect our limits, despite our efforts to communicate them, walking away is a way of reclaiming our power and reaffirming our self-respect. It is a reminder that we have control over our lives and that we do not have to tolerate behavior that diminishes us. Moreover, boundaries help us to manage our emotional resources. They prevent us from becoming emotionally depleted by saying yes to everything or by tolerating behavior that drains us. By respecting our boundaries, we ensure that we have the energy and capacity to engage fully in the aspects of our lives that matter most to us. This is crucial for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. Personal growth is an ongoing journey of self-discovery, learning, and transformation. It is about evolving into the best version of yourself, continually breaking through barriers, and aligning your actions with your core values. When we discuss the idea of respect yourself and walk away, personal growth is at the heart of this concept. Walking away from situations or relationships that no longer serve you is not just about leaving. It's a critical step in your personal growth. It's a declaration that you are ready to move forward, that you are ready to grow, and that you are no longer willing to stay in environments that hinder your development. Personal growth is not always linear. There are moments when we face challenges, setbacks, and difficult decisions. Sometimes it feels like growth involves staying in uncomfortable situations because we fear change or believe that enduring hardship is part of the process. But true growth comes from the ability to recognize when something is no longer beneficial to your well-being and to take the necessary steps to remove yourself from it. Walking away is an act of self-awareness, one that requires you to acknowledge that staying stagnant or tolerating toxic environments will only stunt your growth. One of the key aspects of personal growth is the willingness to challenge your beliefs, perspectives, and behaviors. It is about confronting what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. When you respect yourself enough to walk away, you are essentially telling yourself that you are worthy of something better, something more aligned with your growth. This decision is an opportunity for self-improvement, as it opens up the space to explore new opportunities, meet new people, and engage in new experiences that nurture your development. Personal growth also involves becoming aware of patterns in your life. It's about recognizing recurring situations where you find yourself feeling stuck, drained, or unappreciated. These patterns often serve as signs that something is out of alignment with your path. The act of walking away allows you to break free from these negative patterns, enabling you to start fresh and step into a space where you can grow in healthier, more positive ways. It is in these moments of realization that we learn the most about ourselves. Walking away is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of growth. It's a step toward reclaiming your power, embracing new possibilities, and allowing yourself the freedom to thrive. When you respect yourself enough to walk away, you also send a powerful message to the universe that you are committed to your personal journey. You are no longer willing to settle for mediocrity, for relationships or situations that drag you down. Instead, you're choosing to honor your worth and to create the conditions necessary for growth. This commitment to your own development requires courage because it often means facing the unknown. But it's in the unknown that growth happens. It's in the unfamiliar that you are challenged, pushed, and transformed into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. As you respect yourself and walk away from the things that hold you back, you will notice that your self-esteem and confidence grow as well. You will begin to trust yourself more, knowing that you have the strength and wisdom to make decisions that honor your true self. This newfound confidence will propel you forward, creating a positive feedback loop where you are constantly stepping into higher levels of growth and potential. Empowerment is a concept that resonates deeply with the idea of respecting yourself and walking away. It is the foundation of taking control of your life and making choices that align with your values and well-being. To empower yourself is to recognize your inherent strength and the ability to shape your own destiny. When we talk about the power of walking away, we are not just talking about leaving behind something or someone that is harmful, but about reclaiming your personal power, your autonomy, and your peace. Walking away is, in many ways, one of the most empowering acts you can make in your life. True empowerment begins with self-awareness, the ability to understand your worth, your needs, and your boundaries. Without this understanding, it becomes difficult to make decisions that protect your well-being and contribute to your growth. Respecting yourself enough to walk away means that you are actively taking charge of your life. You are deciding that you will no longer allow external factors, whether they are people, situations, or environments, to dictate your happiness and sense of self. In doing so, you empower yourself to prioritize your own needs, desires, and values. Empowerment is about recognizing that you have choices. Too often we remain in situations because we feel trapped or believe that we have no other options. Whether it's a toxic relationship, an unfulfilling job, or a negative social circle, staying in these situations can make us feel powerless. But when you respect yourself and make the conscious decision to walk away, you remind yourself that you always have the power to choose. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you are the author of your own story. This realization is incredibly empowering because it shifts your perspective from one of helplessness to one of strength. Furthermore, walking away is empowering because it allows you to release what is no longer serving you. Many times we stay in situations out of a sense of obligation, fear of disappointment, or concern about how others will perceive us. But continuing to stay in these situations often leads to resentment, burnout, and a loss of self-esteem. By walking away, you free yourself from these negative influences, which clears space for positive change and new opportunities. This act of liberation gives you the freedom to pursue what truly aligns with your vision for your life. Whether that's a career change, a healthier relationship, or simply more time for self-care and personal development. Empowerment also involves resilience, the ability to bounce back from challenges and make decisions that support your emotional and mental well-being. Walking away requires courage, especially if it feels like you are stepping into the unknown. However, each time you make the brave decision to walk away from something that isn't serving you, you build your resilience. You learn to trust yourself and your judgment. You become more confident in your ability to handle life's challenges and uncertainties. This resilience makes you stronger and more capable of handling future obstacles with a sense of self-assuredness. Additionally, empowerment is deeply connected to self-worth. When you respect yourself enough to walk away from situations or people who devalue you, you are reinforcing your sense of self-worth. You are telling yourself that you deserve respect, love, and fulfillment. Empowerment comes from the recognition that you are worthy of all of these things, and that staying in situations that undermine your value is not acceptable. Walking away is, in essence, an affirmation that you are worthy of something better, and that you will no longer settle for less than you deserve. In relationships, empowerment means recognizing when someone is not treating you with the care and respect you deserve. Too often, we stay in unhealthy relationships because we fear loneliness, change, or confrontation. But true empowerment comes from recognizing that you have the right to walk away from relationships that drain your energy or cause you harm. You do not need to remain in situations where your emotional or mental well-being is at risk. By walking away, you reclaim your power and make space for relationships that nurture and support your growth. Empowerment also involves breaking free from limiting beliefs. Many of us stay stuck in situations because we believe we're not capable of creating a better life or that we deserve to tolerate the status quo. But by walking away from what no longer serves us, we break free from these limiting beliefs and open ourselves up to new possibilities. We create the conditions for personal growth, success, and happiness by choosing to leave behind what holds us back. Decision-making is a fundamental aspect of leading a fulfilling and purposeful life. It involves the ability to make choices that align with your values, desires, and well-being. The concept of respect yourself and walk away speaks directly to the power of decision-making in shaping your life. In situations where your self-respect is at stake, the ability to make the right decision to walk away is essential. This process of making empowering decisions is not always easy, but it is necessary for your personal growth and emotional health. Making decisions that reflect your self-respect begins with understanding your worth. When you respect yourself, you are less likely to settle for situations or relationships that drain you, undermine your confidence, or diminish your happiness. The decision to walk away is a deliberate and conscious act. It signifies that you have recognized the need to prioritize your well-being and that you are willing to let go of anything that is not in alignment with your values or goals. This requires clarity, confidence, and a willingness to trust yourself and your judgment. Often, the hardest part of decision-making, particularly when it comes to walking away, is overcoming the fear of the unknown. The comfort of the familiar, even if it is unhealthy, can make us hesitant to make changes. It's common to fear the consequences of leaving a relationship, job, or situation behind because it feels uncertain. However, when you respect yourself, you understand that staying in an unfulfilling or toxic situation ultimately harms you more than the discomfort of change. The decision to walk away is a courageous choice to face that discomfort in order to create a life that is more aligned with your values and long-term goals. In decision-making, it is also important to consider the long-term impact of your choices. The decision to walk away may not have immediate rewards, but in the long run, it can lead to greater personal growth, happiness, and fulfillment. Walking away from a situation that does not serve you is an investment in your future. It gives you the space to grow, to explore new opportunities, and to make room for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. The process of walking away is an act of forward-thinking decision-making. It is choosing your future self over a temporary comfort. Self-respect requires that you listen to your inner voice, the voice that tells you when something isn't right, or when you're no longer in alignment with a particular situation. Trusting this inner voice is an essential part of decision-making. When you respect yourself, you learn to recognize the signals your body and mind send you when you are in an environment or relationship that is no longer healthy. These signals might include feelings of frustration, anxiety, resentment, or exhaustion. The ability to make the decision to walk away comes from tuning in to these signals and recognizing that they are your intuition guiding you toward a healthier path. Another key aspect of decision-making in the context of respecting yourself is understanding that not all decisions are easy or straightforward. Walking away can involve difficult choices, especially if there is emotional attachment or fear of judgment from others. The decision to leave behind something or someone that you've invested time, energy, or emotion in can be heart-wrenching. Yet the decision to walk away is often the most empowering decision you can make. It is about acknowledging that your peace, happiness, and well-being are more important than the validation or approval of others. One of the key components of decision-making is the ability to take responsibility for your choices. Walking away from situations or relationships that no longer serve you requires a level of maturity and accountability. You must accept that you are the one in charge of your life and that no one else can make decisions on your behalf. It is your responsibility to make choices that prioritize your own health, happiness, and growth. When you respect yourself, you are willing to make the hard decisions even if they come with temporary discomfort in order to create the best possible life for yourself. Additionally, decision-making is a process that requires reflection. When you find yourself in a situation that feels draining or toxic, take the time to reflect on what staying in that situation is costing you. What are you sacrificing in terms of your emotional well-being, personal growth, or happiness? When you make the decision to walk away, you are choosing to regain control over your life and take back your peace. This reflective process helps you to see that walking away is not only an act of self-respect, but also an act of self-care.